In the world of politics, the selection of cabinet members is one of the most important decisions a president can make. It's a decision that shapes the future of the nation, affecting everything from national security to economic policy. So, when the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, began to make his cabinet picks for the 2024 election, many expected a process steeped in careful deliberation and strategy. After all, cabinet members hold significant power, representing the president in key sectors like defense, homeland security, and justice. But what if I told you that Donald Trump, once again, seems to be making these vital decisions with a sense of carelessness, arrogance, and impulsivity? According to a bombshell report from the New York Times, Trump's cabinet selections are being made at breakneck speed, and more disturbingly, they are being chosen with the same whimsy one might expect from swiping left or right on a dating app like Tinder. Yes, you heard that right. Trump's process for choosing his cabinet members has been compared to swiping through a Tinder-like interface, with video clips and short descriptions of potential candidates as his guide. As alarming as this is, what's even more concerning is the impact these rushed decisions could have on the government and the country as a whole. This video will dive into the key points from the New York Times report, breaking down what these selections mean for America's future, why Trump's decision-making process is so flawed, and the fallout from the increasingly obvious chaos surrounding his cabinet picks. Trump's cabinet picks, a decision-making process based on speed and arrogance. The recent New York Times report provides a shocking look into the inner workings of Trump's cabinet selection process. According to the article, Trump has been making his picks at an alarming rate, moving far quicker than in previous years. His advisors were stunned to see how rapidly he was ticking through potential candidates, reportedly filling key positions about a month earlier than he did in 2016. What's perhaps most jarring about this process is the complete disregard for expertise and experience. Trump's transition team, led by billionaire Howard Lutnick, has been drafting potential cabinet members. However, rather than taking the time to carefully evaluate each candidate, Trump seems more interested in making snap judgments based on brief descriptions and video clips. These shortlists, which his team has compiled, appear to be the main source of his decision-making. Once Trump shows an interest in a particular candidate, he immediately watches videos of their past TV appearances. The goal? To assess how loyal the candidate is to Trump, not how qualified or competent they might be for the position they are being considered for. It's as if the president-elect is using a Tinder clone to pick his cabinet, swiping through candidates like he's picking dates for the weekend instead of making choices that will shape the future of the nation. The report describes how Trump's decision-making is happening under a chandelier at his Mar-a-Lago resort. The former president is shown flicking through candidates' profiles on a giant video screen, much like someone might scroll through potential matches on a dating app. This disorganized, careless approach to filling the highest offices in the land doesn't just reflect poorly on Trump's leadership abilities, it highlights an utter lack of respect for the gravity of these decisions. In essence, Trump is picking his team based on loyalty and allegiance to him, not on whether they are the best person for the job. This becomes clear when we look at some of his more controversial choices. Fox News rips into Matt Gaetz's nomination, an early warning sign. When even Fox News, the network that has been a staunch supporter of Trump throughout his presidency, starts to criticize his cabinet picks, it's a sign that things are going terribly wrong. One of the most glaring examples is Trump's decision to potentially nominate Representative Matt Gaetz to a major role, possibly Attorney General. Fox News pundits were quick to condemn this choice, noting that Gaetz is not only a controversial figure, but also someone who is currently under investigation by the House Ethics Committee. As we all know, Gaetz has been a loyal ally to Trump, and it's clear that Trump values that loyalty over qualifications. But even within the GOP, there's a sense of unease about Gaetz. Fox News contributors pointed out how his past behavior and the ongoing investigations into his conduct made him a questionable pick for such an important role. The fact that Fox News was openly bashing Gates as unfit for the job only added fuel to the fire, showing that Trump's reliance on loyalty is deeply troubling. The fact that Trump has made such a rash pick, without fully considering the potential consequences, shows just how chaotic and reckless his cabinet selection process is. It's not hard to see why this has become a point of contention among even his staunchest supporters. When the president-elect's own team and his most loyal allies are openly questioning his decisions, it's a sign that something is seriously wrong. A complete disregard for national security. But the issues don't stop there. One of the more alarming revelations from the New York Times article is Trump's willingness to engage with unknown foreign numbers. As president-elect, he's reportedly been answering calls from unknown international numbers without any form of vetting or caution. This raises serious concerns about national security and the integrity of the United States government. It's difficult to imagine a more reckless and dangerous approach to communication than taking calls from unidentified foreign sources. In a time when global security threats are ever-present, a leader of the free world must exercise caution and discretion when it comes to communication with foreign entities. Yet Trump, apparently, has little regard for the risks involved. His casual approach to handling sensitive information only adds to the chaos surrounding his administration. The dangers of choosing loyalty over competence. What's becoming painfully obvious is that Trump's cabinet selections are being made with little regard for competence, experience, or qualifications. Instead, the focus is entirely on loyalty, a dangerous precedent for a nation that needs leaders who can effectively govern, protect the nation, and uphold the rule of law. The report from the New York Times makes it clear that Trump's approach is reckless and dangerous. By surrounding himself with loyalists, regardless of their qualifications, Trump is setting the stage for more chaos and dysfunction in his second term. This could have serious consequences for the United States, as key positions within the government are filled with individuals who may not be up to the task at hand. What's even more troubling is the complete lack of consideration for Senate confirmation. Many of Trump's picks are unlikely to make it through the confirmation process, leaving the government in a state of uncertainty and dysfunction. The fact that Trump is willing to pick people who may not pass Senate scrutiny shows just how little he cares about the long-term consequences of his actions. Donald Trump's cabinet selections for his second term are nothing short of alarming. The New York Times report reveals a president-elect who is making decisions with reckless abandon, choosing candidates based on loyalty and allegiance rather than qualifications or expertise. His reliance on a TINDER-like system for choosing his cabinet members is a stark reminder of just how chaotic and disorganized his approach to governance truly is. Even members of his own party are speaking out against his choices, with Fox News openly criticizing his nomination of Matt Gaetz and others warning about the dangers of putting loyalty over competence. Trump's willingness to engage with unknown foreign numbers and his dismissive attitude toward national security only adds to the growing concerns about his leadership. As we move forward, it's crucial to continue holding Trump accountable for his actions and decisions. The stakes are too high for the United States to have a leader who chooses his team on a whim, with little regard for the implications of those choices. We must demand better leadership, better decision-making, and better governance for the future of this country. In the end, Trump's decision-making process reflects everything that is wrong with his leadership style: impulsive, self-serving, and dangerous. It's time for America to wake up to the reality of what a second Trump administration could mean for the nation. If we don't, the consequences could be catastrophic.